Hi, I'm Jennie Cassidy. I'm the Director of Counseling Services, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a native Ohioan, born and raised in rural Ohio, and I still consider myself to be a little old farm girl from Ohio. I went off to the big city when I went to college and got my bachelor's degree at the University of Toledo, and then I went on to the University of Akron to get my master's degree and my PhD in counseling psychology. Ever since, I've had a career in university counseling centers, and I think it's the best place to be a psychologist of any possibilities. I'm married to a police officer. That's always interesting. And I have 3 kids. I love watching my kids play sports. That's my favorite thing to do. And I also like to spend lots of time doing crafts like quilting and crocheting and that kind of thing. I have gradually worked my way up as a counseling psychologist in university counseling centers to the point of being a director of a university counseling center. I really love being a director because there are constant opportunities for learning new things and getting into new issues and just trying my hand at different kinds of things. Life is never boring in a university counseling center. As a therapist, I really like to help students to feel like they can have an environment where they can just open up and be themselves, put the most difficult possible stuff out there, and to really struggle with it and feel comfortable and safe with me doing that. That's the most important thing I think about therapy, is just letting it out there. Beyond that, what I try to do is tailor what I do to what each individual needs. For some people, just putting it out there and talking about the feelings is all they really need. For other people, they really need to grapple with the way they see themselves or the way they see their life situations and change the way they think about things. And then for still others, they're looking for something real practical. They need to change their behavior. They need to change their life circumstances. And so we focus on that. Really, I think it's the client who's the expert in who they are and what they need. And so I consider it a partnership between me and the client, helping to figure out where's the direction that we need to go and how are we going to get there. I am a true believer in group therapy. I know a lot of people are kind of scared to go into group therapy, but I have seen individuals work for years in individual therapy, and then in just a few weeks of group therapy, they are able to accomplish so much more than they ever did in individual therapy. So I'm always going to be a true believer and encourage people to try group therapy. It's fun to do too, because it's just fascinating watching people bounce ideas off of each other and get lots of ideas and try out new things with one another. As a director of counseling service, the main thing that I do is a lot of first contacts. First contacts are the first time that somebody comes into counseling services, and we just sit down briefly and talk about what the issues are and what it is that you need. Our purpose is to try to figure out what's going to be most helpful to you. Maybe that's counseling, maybe that's something else entirely. And we want to try to figure that out. If we decide that counseling is the right way to go, then my main goal is to try to figure out who's going to be most helpful to you. Because I don't think all clients click with all counselors, and so I'm trying to figure out what's going to be the best match so that each client can get what they need. My biggest priority when somebody comes into counseling services is to make sure that they feel comfortable and they feel hope and that they know that counseling services is going to be something that can help them.